So, a lot of people were pretty surprised when I started telling them in my previous and most recent live streams that I actually platinumed, finally, Silent Hill 2 from the Silent Hill HD collection. And I talked a lot about the struggles and the challenges that come with actually attempting to platinum that game in this video right here. And so I'm not going to talk too much about the difficulties, like I said, because I already talked about them a lot in this video. But what I do want to talk about is how I was able to finally achieve it, and what key differences this time around ended up being the deciding factor on whether or not I would actually platinum the game. And funny enough, if you could actually believe this, it all came down to this bad boy right here. And I am not joking. I can honestly say that Silent Hill 2 is the first platinum trophy I've ever obtained because of a controller. My controller choice, being the PS3 controller, was the deciding variable and the key to how I was able to platinum. And I'll explain more about that right now, because I'm sure you're all puzzled and bewildered, and I don't blame you. Basically, the story went down like this. I started playing my first blind playthrough of Silent Hill 2, which was one of my favorite blind playthroughs I've ever done, by the way. The VODs are on my channel. But yeah, I started that playthrough on my PS3. And you know, that was the whole point when I went and ordered a physical copy of the Silent Hill HD collection. I had planned to play this and possibly trophy hunt in it on my PS3. But then what ended up happening was one of my loyal and longtime viewers by the name of Brandon Duncan, shout out to him, he actually sent me a redeem code for, I believe, a month's worth of PlayStation Now subscription, completely for free out of the kindness of his heart, and I was super grateful for that. And I thought, hey, the Silent Hill collection just happens to be on PlayStation Now at the time. I don't know if it is anymore, because I know the roster of games changes every now and then. But yeah, I thought, hey, I could play this game on the comfort of my PS5, which, hey, let's be real, I would rather do that, because it's totally a hassle with my PS3. Sometimes it gives me a lot of technical issues. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with that. So I thought, hey, let's absolutely do that. And what's really cool about PlayStation Now, and a lot of people may not know this, is that it's basically an entire PS3 console built into your PS5 or your PS4, depending on which console you're playing on. But the entire menu is there. Like, you can totally navigate through PlayStation Now as if it was a PS3 console. And all the same functionality works as well. Meaning, I was able to back up my save files from my PS3 to the cloud, after signing in, of course, and I was able to copy them no problem on my PS5, and it's like all of my progress towards the platinum, I was able to carry it over from my PS3 console to my PS5, and I thought that was super cool, and I imagine not a lot of people would make use of that, because I imagine not many people would be making that switch. I imagine it's a bit of a rarity, but for me it was hella convenient, and I decided to do that. Then I played 5 or 6 or however many fucking playthroughs was required for the platinum in Silent Hill 2. I can't remember. It was a lot. There's a lot of endings in that game, and you gotta get them all. And that's not including the 10-star run. So yeah, there was a lot of playthroughs. And I played them all on my PS5 using PlayStation Now. So I played about, like, I don't know, 85% of Silent Hill 2 on PS5 instead of my PS3. And what ended up happening, and again, I talked about this a lot in my Platinum review video, was I got to the boat segment on my 10-star run, which you need to do in order to Platinum, and I just couldn't fucking do it. No matter how hard I tried, God knows how many attempts I did, it was hours upon hours upon hours of attempts trying to get that fucking boat segment. And after all those attempts and all that practice, the best time I was able to get was 1 minute and 21 seconds, which was a second over what was required for the 10-star run, because in the 10-star run you have to get under 1 minute and 20 on the boat section. And I got so fed up, I ended up having to take a break from the game and thus the platinum for like, I don't know, it was like over 6 months, I think, that I put that on hold. And I realized, it started to occur to me, I was like, you know what? I decided I really wanted to try again, because, and that was inevitable, I can't stand leaving trophy lists unfinished, especially one that I came that close to and put that much fucking effort into. I really wanted to try again, and the mood struck. I was able to get over the frustration of it. It wasn't weighing on my mind anymore, and I was like, you know what? I think I could give this another solid shot. And I did so in a very recent live stream. And I was able to achieve it. But what was so interesting about the whole thing was it made me realize that Silent Hill 2 is meant to be played on PS2, definitely, for sure. That is the best experience you could possibly have with the game. But in terms of, like, the controls and actually physically playing the game using a controller, the game was clearly built and focused on the player using an older PlayStation controller, and that's what the game was designed for and built around. And I find, you know, all those failed attempts on the boat segment when I was playing on PS5, you know, the PS5 controller is so different from the PS3 controller. The PS3 controller is pretty much identical to the PS2 controller. There are hardly any differences, basically just the trigger buttons, and that's it. Like, it's essentially identical. It's essentially the same exact controller as the PS2. So the PS3, it's no surprise that it works really well with how the game was designed and intended to be played. But with the PS5, you know, the analogs are so much smaller, and the entire controller is shaped different, it's built different, and it has different specs, and not only that, different analog sensitivity. And that really, I find, comes into play when you're attempting that fucking boat segment. Because in my successful attempt, it was crazy, it was so bizarre. Now, for some reason, I don't know if it was something wrong with my controller, or if it was something wrong with the game, but when I switched back to PS3 to try it again, as soon as the boat section would start, and I would begin trying to turn the boat using the one analog, which is how you turn the boat, James would just sit there and do literally nothing for, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds. It was bizarre. That would never happen to me when I was playing on PS5. He would start turning immediately, corresponding to when I would start spinning the analog. But on PS3, for some reason, he would always pause right at the beginning, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why is this happening? Again, I can't tell if that's a controller issue or a fucking console issue. Who fucking knows? I would imagine it's a controller issue. And this controller, I did buy refurbished. I didn't get it factory sealed or brand new, so there's probably some things wrong with it. I did notice some crazy stuttering issues right as I was trying to beat the game. James kept stopping during his run animation for no fucking reason. And I do believe that that's probably something to do with my controller and how old it is. But, you know, right when it started to crap out on me and started dying, thank God I was able to actually finish the 10-star run. Because, like I said, I needed this controller in order to do it. And, you know, speaking of which, I was having issues with that initial turn, like I was saying. But then once I would go forward, I would move so much faster, significantly faster. When I finished my boat run, I think I was at, like, what was I at? What was my best time? Like a minute and 9 seconds or a minute and 11 seconds or something like that? It was a drastic difference from when I played it on PlayStation Now on my PS5. And I was doing it no different. Like, the thing about when I was spinning the analogs, you know, like this, with both my thumbs, at the same time in unison, I was trying to do it as fast as I possibly could, but that was no different. That was still the case when I was playing it on PS5. The only difference was the fucking controller. Like, I am still only humanly able to spin it about this fast, and consistently without fucking up the motion, you know? the speed or the capability of which I'm able to do it did not change from controller to controller. It was simply that I was using a different controller. That is the only difference between my best time on PS3 and my best time on PS5. So yeah, the controller was basically the key as to why I was able to do it, and I finally got the platinum. As you can see here in my list of ultra rare trophies, my list of rarest trophies, the Silent Hill 2 Platinum sits comfortably within my top 20, and that was an instant placement there, already right off the bat, one of my rarest trophies that I own, which is pretty fucking awesome, and I am so proud to finally have it. But yeah, something I thought that was really cool, and you know, like I was saying, when I finally decided to take a crack at it one more time, I was like, I want to play it on PS3 because the controller might be what allows me to be able to do it. And what's so cool is if you're playing a game on PlayStation Now, you could back up your save files, and you need so many when you're going for the Platinum in Silent Hill 3. You need a save file of each and every clear data from all of your playthroughs. So I needed to back all those save files up back over to my PS3, and it's just so cool that you're able to do that. It is so amazing and awesome that I was able to bounce from PS3 to PS5 back over to PS3 when I decided, you know what, this controller's not doing it for me, maybe if I play it on PS3. And that was the key. It really was. The PS3 controller fucking saved my ass. And I was able to get one of my rarest trophies because of it. Mwah. Thank you for not crapping out on me, you old piece of shit. But I love you. I don't know how much longer you're gonna last. But like I said, I can honestly say I've never had a controller be the reason I was able to platinum. So that was just a really interesting experience altogether. It was a wild ride. Like throughout the past year, I on and off spent so many days and so many hours playing Silent Hill 2 HD, working towards that platinum, and I was finally able to do it. It was a crazy journey. It'll be one of the most memorable ones for me, for sure. And I loved, well, I was about to say I loved every second of it. That's not true. There was a lot of raging towards the end. But I enjoyed most of the journey. And it's a great game. Silent Hill 2 is one of the best games I ever played. So I couldn't be happier to have the platinum. And anyone who is even considering attempting the platinum as well, do yourself a favor. Play it on a PS3 and use a PS3 controller, because that's how the game was fucking intended to be played and experienced. And it makes the difference. You will notice a huge difference during one of the most notorious and difficult parts of the entire game, the boat segment. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course hit that notification bell to support me. I'd really appreciate that. It would mean a lot. And for more trophy hunting, adventures, and content, live streams, and videos, it's all here on my channel. So stick around for more. You won't want to miss it. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Have a good one. And I will definitely see you in the next one.